We're on the record.
All right, this is case D595420. I heard Mr. Stokey's voice. Ms. Caston, you want to make your appearance for the record?
Sure. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Marilyn Caston, bar number 11654, present for Ms. Marie Stokey, who's also via video, audio-visual.
All right. Cutting to the chase, back the last time the matter was before the court was May 5th of 2020. The matter was referred to Dr. Collins for a custody evaluation. The court has received Dr. Collins' report dated January 12th of 2021. Mr. Stokey, have you received that and reviewed that?
No, Your Honor, I have not. However, your law clerk did call me and did preface the report for me, but I have not been able to review it.
Your Honor, I understand the quandary the court is in when he doesn't have representation, but Mom wanted me to note for the record that she has a very real fear of retribution, especially against those witnesses that spoke on her behalf as collateral interviews in the report. Again, I understand the quandary the court is in. Normally the parties are not supposed to see this, but because he doesn't have representation, he gets that loophole.
Well,
it's just something she wanted me to know.
First, you're free to note that that is not correct. I mean, if in fact he had counsel, he could go to counsel's office and read every letter and every period of it and take notes from that. So it's not that he can't see it at all. And given the administrative order that I think we cite when we disclose these, that was pursuant to, I believe, Chief Judge Bell's administrative order that we have to disclose these reports to pro se litigants directly for right now. So as far as, quote, retribution regarding any statements therein, all I can say is I don't have jurisdiction over other individuals. If in fact he did make any threats or do anything about it, they would have to go to their local justice court to get some sort of restraining order.
Perhaps just as an admonishment to Dad that when and if he does review it, to not engage in any behavior of that type might
I would
suffice.
suggest to him that he not, because obviously that might result in restraining orders. And
well, Your Honor, I have no idea what they're referring to.
I understand that. What they're afraid of is contained in that. First of all, let me note for the record, Dr. Collins is probably one of this court's top 2 or 3 providers. I've had several reports from her over the last few years. This report is very concerning. Let me preface it with that. Second of all, it is literally double in length of any of the reports I've seen from Dr. Collins, Dr. Polini, etc., etc. Usually the longer reports are 50 to 60 pages single-spaced. This particular report is 105 pages with some very concerning allegations, and the recommendations are very specific. And anyway, if you haven't reviewed it, Mr. Stokey, all I can do is continue it for a week, and you have the right to review it.
That's fine, Your Honor. I understand that, but once again, that also is very concerning to me because I have no idea what the report says. So I would like to review it.
When did you receive it, Mr. Stokey?
Received the report. It was the day after Dr. Collins finished it, and your law clerk, Matt, had called me to inform me that the report was finished and it was submitted, and he paraphrased pretty much some sections of it. So that's as far as I was able to get with it.
He did not send the actual report to you?
No, I did not receive anything.
My understanding Ugh. I thought I just got it. Hold on one second. Madam Clerk, can you ask Mark real quick whether you have to call him or not? Because my notes say, or Holly said it was sent to him.
I received it yesterday by email. I would assume that they were sent at the same time. It was around noon yesterday.
Listen, you know what? Let's not belabor the point. He indicates he has not had it. Again, my understanding under the administrative order, he has the right to receive it for right now. He's additionally under the obligation to not disseminate any of the information to anybody, make copies of it, make any comments, and I'll add to that, Mr. Stokey, contact people that have made statements in there. Do you understand that?
I understand that, Your Honor.
All right, so regardless, we're going to have to continue it. I will make sure that he gets it, but my understanding is under the administrative order, he does have the right to have that pro se. So we will continue the matter for 1 week, January 21st at 2:30, and we will address it at that time. In the interim, it's given the recommendations in the agreement, and I know Mr. Stokey has not received it temporarily without prejudice. It will be the plaintiff having, I'll call it primary legal custody and sole physical until we can go through those particular recommendations and find out where we're going to go from there.
Your Honor, just to be clear, when it's sent over to Dad and there's proof that it has been sent over to Dad, if he chooses not to read it between now and the next hearing, that's not going to continue to delay these proceedings,
Absolutely
correct?
not.
Okay.
Your Honor, I did have a question for you. Last week I did file a motion with the court, and I was advised that they were taking online files and mailing everything in. I did mail in a motion. I don't know if it's in front of you or not, but
Nope.
So basically, Your Honor, at this point, my motion was basically saying that, I feel uncomfortable proceeding without representation at this time. What I requested from the courts, I know that Ms. Gaston has the motion in front of her. I was requesting that the courts pay I requested an accounting of legal fees that were paid to Ms. Gaston thus far. I also requested that the courts release an equal portion of funding to me, that I may be able to retain counsel so we can proceed with this.
Release what funding to you?
Communal funds. Your Honor said last October, if we were to sell the house, and we have done that, it's been 6 months, Your Honor, that I'd be able to afford the evaluation and the legal fees that are going to be coming to me. And I haven't been able to receive anything.
That is incorrect, Your Honor. That is incorrect.
Because Ms. Gaston has, they've been routed into a fund, a trust fund account, and I'm unable to have access to that unless ordered by the courts.
Funds from the sale of the proceeds of the house.
Listen, Ms. Cass, we'll possibly discuss it next week. Again, for today, that wasn't on. Second of all, Mr. Stokey, the rule requires, and if you did the self-help form, I know it's a checkbox, that you're required to call Ms. Caston, try to resolve the matter before you file a motion.
Right, and when I asked Ms. Caston about that, she said that it will not, no funds will be dispersed without the court's knowledge or orders, unless ordered to do so by the courts.
All right. Anyway, let me also suggest, because you wouldn't be the first one that said you stuck it in the mail, most forms you can fill out electronically, but I'm telling you we had a case the other day, given the pandemic, sometimes when you send it by a U.S. mail, we are not receiving those stuff stuck in the mail for sometimes up to 30 days, because I can see the file stamp on the envelope. If in fact you file it electronically, it's served on everybody that day. So I would suggest you possibly, if you're going to do it, refile it electronically.
Very good, Your Honor. I will do that.
All right, for today's purpose, the matter will be continued to, is it 21st at 2:30?
January 21st, 2:30. Yeah.
January 21st at 2:30.
And where, Your Honor, where would I access the report from Dr. Collins?
Again, if it's not, I will ask my JEA why, unless the administrative order has been repealed, why it was not given to you. But if in fact that's not the case, you should receive it probably sometime before the end of the day.
Very good. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day. Everybody stay safe and healthy.
Thank you, Your Honor.